Is the welterweight division in the UFC the best division in the UFC? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fight Franchise and a recap and review of the welterweight bouts which took place at MSG at UFC 322. Great fight card, very fun performances. The end of the fight card wasn't the greatest, but the welterweight division is looking like the best division in the UFC right now, especially having the pound-for-pound number one fighter in the world atop of it. Islam Makhachev defeated JDM in an amazing performance. I've done a different video on my channel reviewing that where I've gone wax lyrical about how amazing Islam Makhachev is, but there is going to be some huge bouts needing to be made in the welterweight division, and a lot of fighters had a lot of great performances who are now vying themselves up for a world title opportunity and wanting to fight the new champion Islam Makhachev. Well, let's go in chronological order. So the big matchups was Carlos Prates took on Leon Edwards, where I predicted Carlos Prates would KO Leon Edwards in the third round. He did it in the second. It was brutal. This was one of the best KOs of the year. And when you consider some of the KOs we've had, Mauricio Huffy, spinning back kick, head kick on this card by Bo Nickel, head kick by Quillan Salkild, the two spinning back fists, was it back fists or back elbows? I think they were back elbows by Lerone Murphy and Carlos Prates as well. So Carlos Prates is 2 KO of the year contenders, but this was brutal. If you watch the slow-mo, he knocked Leon Edwards off his feet. The fight takes place, first round, both pitter-pattering on the feet, which kind of suits Leon Edwards a bit, but if he had more volume, he would have done better. But he's pitter-pattering on the feet, where eventually he goes for the takedown and gets it. But the one thing you notice, Carlos Prates does well, works his way back up to his feet, where Leon Edwards has the body triangle, and he's got Carlos Prates' back, and he's just hitting him on the side of the head. And Carlos Prates just stood there like, yeah, well, this is nothing, this isn't even hurting me. Eventually kind of wiggles out of it and the round ends. There was a moment where the ref separated them, but didn't have too much effect. But the one thing you could notice, the range, the reach and the size was all in the favour of Carlos Prates. Second round, kind of both trading back and forth on the feet. I'm just going to quickly see if I can get the significant strike numbers up and just see if we can get that, so it helps me remember. Let me get that up. Yeah. So second round, kind of trading back and forth on the feet, where Carlos Prates' jab is now finding its range, and he's finding the range himself, where eventually he's kind of, I don't know if he landed a leg kick or what he landed, but Carlos Prates landed something on Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards switches stances, and he switches stances and comes in towards Carlos Prates, just feinting landing, where Carlos Prates throws a massive shot flush on the chin of Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards literally flies backwards off his feet, and he's hit the canvas. He looks like one of those ones. He doesn't hit flush, like his back's arched, so it's like, oh, is he going to get back up? And then Carlos just lands a huge shot and knocks him out cold. Like, when you watch the replay, Leon Edwards is on the floor smiling, like he's gone, he's out of it, and he just smashes this huge shot off his face. And it's a shame, really, because I was a massive fan of Leon Edwards when I was at university and growing up, because he was from Birmingham, and I've grown up around Birmingham. I'm from Birmingham. You know, I went to university in Birmingham, and I was a massive fan of him, but I've said this 1,000 times about him. He's so lethargic in there. He treats it like sparring. Volume, put the pace on it, put venom through your punches. He's just like pit. Like, he must be the dream in training. Like, in training, he must be brilliant because his technique's perfect, his skill's perfect. Where's the tenacity? Carlos Prates isn't perfect, but he goes out there with this tenaciousness and this confidence, like he's going to put his fist through your face and knock you out. And Leon Edwards has never been knocked out before. And the other thing was, he's fought grapplers this whole time. You got to fight a striker. This was beneficial for you. This was something you wanted. And when you fought a deadly striker like Carlos Prates, who has KO power, he put you out cold. And it's a shame, really, because this is going to tarnish his Leon's legacy when you look at it. lost to Bilal Muhammad, lost his world title in quite bad fashion, battered and submitted by Sean Brady, and now put out cold brutally by Carlos Prates. The downfall of Leon Edwards is sad to see, but the upside, Carlos Prates off the back of this, screaming for a world title opportunity and saying, look, get me in there, I'm the best, I'm the most exciting fighter in the octagon, I put on a show for you guys, I KO people, I'm a knockout artist. And an amazing KO, an amazing performance by Carlos Prates. I don't have a clue what's next for it. I'll matchmake the division in a sec. But above that, Michael Morales, Sean Brady. I got this one wrong. I thought it could go like this, but I thought Sean Brady would go for the takedown way sooner. Sean Brady and Michael Morales square off, and the one thing you notice straight away, Michael Morales is huge for this division. You know, Leon Edwards, Carlos Prates made Leon Edwards look quite small. Michael Morales looked like a welterweight or a middleweight in there. Sean Brady looked like a lightweight in there. He made him look tiny, you know, that frame, that reach, that size. And Sean Brady was at range, and Michael Morales was just teeing off at him. And there's no point Sean Brady being at range because Michael Morales is just going to juke you up. And when they got into range, Sean Brady had nothing to offer because he couldn't get past the physicality and the right hand and the left hand and the jabs that Michael Morales was throwing, and it was easy for him. Eventually, when they're getting close, Michael Morales is teeing off for him and rocks Sean Brady, and Sean Brady's hurt. Sean Brady then goes for the takedown once he's hurt, and Michael Morales is like, you ain't even putting no physicality on this takedown, and just smashes him, and eventually just puts Sean Brady out. And it's a shame, really, because Sean Brady just turned his career around with an amazing performance against Leon Edwards, and for all that to be undone by Michael Morales is just disappointing. The one thing Sean Brady should look at is he's an amazing grappler. Grapple from the get-go, shoot a takedown. Look what Khamzat Chimaev does. He goes, I know I'm a good striker, but I'm amazing at grappling. He literally sprints at them and goes to take them down. Islam Makhachev, you know, okay, finds the range against JD Emabins and gets a takedown straight away. You waited to take him down once you was hurt. That's absurd. Look at the fucking size of him. His family are, you know, judokas. They're judo Olympians and whatnot. They've competed in judo. Michael Morales is got a judo background, so what the fuck are you playing at? You're going to take him down when you're fresh, not once you're hurt. So ridiculous game plan by Sean Brady. If I'm Sean Brady now, I take about 6, 7, 8 months off. Tenacious double legs, tenacious takedowns. Because once Sean Brady gets it to the ground, he's good. Just getting that entry, learning the takedown, having the tenacity to grab the takedowns. But an amazing performance by Michael Morales regardless. But yeah, huge implications in the welterweight division now. But I have no clue what's going to happen next because I don't have a clue how to matchmake it. Because now, next week, we've got Ian Gary versus Bilal Muhammad. If Ian Gary wins that, which a lot of people are predicting, I don't have a clue what's next for this division. Islam Makhachev has logjammed this division because he skipped over all these guys. You've got Shafkat on the sidelines, and everyone's waiting for him to come back and fight for a world title because he's earned it, because he's on the best win streak out of all of them. But he hasn't got the most standout wins. There's guys in these divisions who've got better wins than him. Then you look at someone like Carlos Prates, who just got an amazing standout KO, but he got it against Leon Edwards, who just lost to Sean Brady. Sean Brady beat Leon Edwards, who was number 1 at the time, skipped up in the division, and he's just been beat by Michael Morales. I feel like a lot of these guys need one more win. I feel like Shafkat, if he comes back, needs a win. I feel Michael Morales needs one more win. And I think Carlos Prates needs one more win. Ian Gary, on the other hand, can probably skip them. If he has a dominant KO or submission or something against Bilal, he can become number 1 contender because Bilal's number 1 at the minute. Because then his campaign is better than all of them because he has a win over Carlos Prates as well. And his only loss is to Shafkat, and Shafkat's been out for ages. So it is a crazy time in the welterweight division. It's stacked. It's amazing. You look, and you've even got Kamaru Usman just sitting out of the division number 5. Like, maybe I'll get a title shot. Who do I think everyone should fight next? I think Islam Makhachev is going to campaign to fight Kamaru Usman. I don't think he should fight Kamaru Usman. I think Kamaru needs one more win. I don't mind it for a legacy standpoint, maybe for the time being or something. Like Dana and Kamaru are good friends, but I don't think they'll do that. I think Ian gets a great win against Bilal. I think you do Ian Gary versus Islam Makhachev, because it's also a winnable fight for Islam Makhachev. Though I think Ian Gary has high fight IQ and great overall skills, I think there is a potential for him to win that fight. Then Shavkat Rakhmonov, you do him versus either Michael Morales or Carlos Prates. And you do Kamaru Usman versus... You probably do, actually. You do Kamaru Usman versus Michael Morales. And you do Shavkat versus Carlos Prates. And the winner of Shavkat versus Carlos Prates gets a world title shot. Or if Michael Morales has an excellent performance against Kamaru, or vice versa, then you give one of them a title shot. I think you need to 100% have them all have one more win before they fight for a world title. The only one who I feel can skip that is Ian Gary, because he's been very active. He's been taking short notice fight. You know, he's got a win against Carlos Prates. Look how that's aging. Like, Carlos, since that win, has come back and scored 2 KO of the year contenders. That's how good he is. So, yeah, that winning is aging like fine wine in hindsight. And then look at the top of the division. The one person I've completely forgot about, JDM. He's going to be a live dog now, back for all these guys to fight. So there's another name all of these guys can get a win off of and go get a world title shot. They can say, we beat the former world champion. So this division is absolutely mental. It's exciting. It's fun. As for the losers, Sean Brady and Leon Edwards, you know, Joaquin Buckley sitting there. That's a good fight for Sean Brady. Leon Edwards, he's going to need a step down in competition. Maybe like a Mike Malott would be a good fight, maybe, for Mike Malott to come up. Or I wouldn't put him against someone older, mate. If you want to do a Legends bout, you can do. You've got the Jorge Masvidal bout. You know, Jorge wants to fight back, and I feel like he wants to fight on the White House card. So Leon, Britain versus America. Jorge Masvidal versus Leon Edwards. That could be a fight to make. But amazing fights in the welterweight division. Brilliant KO by Carlos Prates. Amazing performance by Michael Morales. Can't wait for the future of the welterweight division. It is exciting. They've got problems next year because there's going to be a logjam. So get Shavkat hopefully healthy and he can fight again. And we're going to have a stacked time in the welterweight division. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. What should be next in the welterweight division? Should Carlos Prates get the world title shot? Should Michael Morales get the world title shot? Should they fight each other? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more MMA and fight content coming soon. We hope you enjoyed the video and we'll catch you in the next one.